everyone, I'm Hinchal Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Computer Engineering. So here is the part 2 of Chapter 3, Parsing Theory, Lecture 2. In this lecture, we will learn dependency graph and bottom-up evaluation of S-attributed definitions. So first, what is dependency graph? Dependency graph is a directed graph that represents the interdependency between synthesized and inherited attribute at nodes in the parse tree. Means dependency graph is used to show the interdependency between synthesized and inherited attribute of each node. For example, here is the grammar rule that x derives yz. So x, y and z all are the synthesized attribute. So the semantic action is given by x dot x equals to function y dot y comma z dot z, means the value x dot x depends on the value y dot y and z dot z. So to show this dependency between x dot x and y dot y and x dot x and z dot z, dependency graph is used. Means dependency graph is used to show the order in which our computation should be performed. Means the basic idea behind dependency graph is for compiler to look for various kinds of dependency among statements to prevent their execution in wrong order. Means the dependency graph shows the order in which computation should be performed. So in parse tree, dependency graph is used to show the interdependency between two attributes. So this dependency graph can be shown using solid arrows. So we'll see dependency graph using one example, that here is the grammar that E derives E1 plus E2. So the semantic rules for this production are E dot value equals to E1 dot value plus E2 dot value. Now here dot value represent the attribute. So this attribute is synthesized attribute. So E dot value is, so if E dot value is synthesized attribute, then the value of E will be computed from E1 dot value and E2 dot value. Means if synthesized attribute is used in production rule, then the value of that synthesized attribute will be computed from its children. So to show this dependency between E dot value and E1 dot value and E dot value and E2 dot value respectively, dependency graph is used. So we'll start to parse this production that E derives E1 plus E2. So this is parse tree for E derives E1 plus E2. Now this E is synthesized attribute. So the value of E will be computed from its children. Means E1 dot value and E2 dot value. So to compute the synthesized attribute E dot value, we need to compute E1 dot value and E2 dot value first. Means before computing E dot value, E1 dot value and E2 dot value should be computed first. So to show this dependency, to show this order, dependency graph is used. So this 3 dot represent the attribute value of each node. So here E depends on the E1 dot value. So the arrow will be constructed from E1 dot value to E dot value. Means if there is age from E1 dot value to E dot value, it means that E dot value depends on E1 dot value. So the E dot value will be computed from this E1 dot value. So before computing E dot value, E1 dot value should be computed. Same E dot value depends on the E2 dot value. So age will be constructed from E2 dot value to E dot value. Means before computing E dot value, E2 dot value should be computed first, because this E dot value depends on the value E1 dot value and E2 dot value. So to show this dependency between two attributes, dependency graph is used. So here E dot value is synthesized from E1 dot value and E2 dot value, and this dotted line represent the parse tree and the solid arrow represent the dependency graph. So the age is to E dot value from E1 dot value and E2 dot value shows that E dot value is depends on E1 dot value and E2 dot value. So this is how we can show the dependency graph to show the interdependency between two attributes. Now next topic is evaluation order. So a topological sort of directed acyclic graph is any ordering M1, M2 up to Mk of the nodes of the graph such that edges go from nodes earlier in the ordering to later nodes. Means if there is derivation from Mi to Mj is an edge from Mi to Mj, then Mi appears before Mj in the ordering. Means evaluation order gives the order to each node in parse tree. For example, here is the production rule and semantic rules for the variable declaration grammar and the parse tree for that production rules. So we have already constructed this parse tree from the production rule using inherited attributes in previous lecture. So in this lecture, we'll see that how the order can be evaluated for each node. For example, first this T dot type synthesize attribute will take value from its child. So first this T dot type value will be computed. So this is how we will give the order to each node that if there is age from Mi to Mj, then Mi should be appeared first before Mj in that order. So first we have computed the synthesize attribute. Now from that attribute we have given value to its child L dot in. So this L dot in has taken value from its parent T dot type because L dot in depends on the T dot type. So now next second order will be given to this L dot in. So here real value will be taken from T dot type to L dot in. Now this L dot in depends on its parent. Here L1 dot in equals to L dot in, where L is parent of this L1. So here the value of this L will be taken from its parent. So after that the third order is to give the value to this L from its parent. So this node will be evaluated at third position. Now after this L has the type real, so it will give that value to its identifier. So now parser can know that this identifier is of real type. So the fourth evaluation order will be given to this ID. Now after evaluating this ID, the L dot in equals to real will be computed from its parent. So 5 evaluation order will be given to this node as it takes value from its parent. Now after getting the type of identifier, it will give that type to ID2 that. So parser can know that this ID2 is of real type. So next order is 6 which is given to ID2, and last this ID1, and last this real type will be given to ID1 so that parser can know that this ID1 is also of real type. So order 7 is given to this ID1. So this is how we can give the order to each node, that which node should appear first in that order, define that which node should be computed first. Next topic is bottom-up evaluation of S-attributed definitions. So S-attributed definition is one such class of syntax-directed definition with synthesized attributes only. Means if in STT synthesized attributes are used, then the definition is said to be S attributed definition, and synthesized attributes can be evaluated using bottom-up parser only. So we'll see that how that bottom-up evaluation perform for these S attributed definitions. So here is the production rule for addition and multiplication and the relevant semantic rules for production rules. Now we'll see that how bottom-up evaluation perform for parsing the input string. So this is the implementation of grammar rules with bottom-up parser. Now here input buffer used to store the input string, state and value. So state is used to store the input string and the relevant reduction of production. Then value is stored to store the attribute value of each state, that to store the result of each node value is used, and production is used to represent the reduction of each production rule. So first, this 3 will be passed to the state. Now here in state there is value 3, and this 3 value will be passed in the attribute value 3. Now here 3 denote digit, so digit will be reduced to F. So using F derives digit, this digit will be replaced by F, and in input buffer there is string *5n. So here value attribute means the attribute has value 3. Now next we want to replace this F with T. So T derives F is used to replace this F with T, and value is 3, and in input buffer there is string *5n. So as we wanted to perform T1 star F, so T has been derived. Now next star will be shifted from input buffer onto stack. So T star, and in value there is value 3. Now next is 5. So we want to perform the computation T1 star F. So this 5 will be shifted from, so this 5 will be shifted from input buffer onto stack. So T star 5, and in value there is 2 value, that 3 and 5. Now next this 5 will be replaced by F as we want to perform T1 star F. So 5 will be replaced by F using production rule. F derives digit, so T star F, and there is value 3 and 5 in value attribute. Now this T1 star F will be replaced by this left hand side T. So T star F is replaced by T. So here in state T star F will be replaced by T, but in value attribute 3 star 5 operation will be performed. So now the value is 15 as the 3 star 5 operation has been computed. So 3 star 5 equals to 15. Now next this T will be reduced by E starting symbol. So E derives T, and here the value is 15. Now this N will be shifted onto stack. So En, N represent the new line, and the value is 15. So here post production rule is L derives En. So En will be replaced by L. So L is used to print the value En. So now 15 value will be printed. So this is how bottom up evaluation can be performed for S attributed definition, that will start from the input string and will derive starting symbol and the total output of each node. So the same way we can also perform bottom up evaluation for inherited attributed definition also. So in this lecture, we have learned dependency graph and bottom-up evaluation of S-attributed definitions. Thank you.